Look at here. We got a. This is a chipmunk right here that has been in my boat. There he goes. Yes, he's been in my boat here. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna try out the same lake that I've been fishing. You know, last time I was out. So I just want to get to learn it better, get to know it better. The deeper water, the flats, just kind of how it all sets up. So I'm probably just gonna keep going to this lake all week, and come along. Let's get loaded. The last time I was out here, it was kind of getting into the evening, and now it's, you know, it's midday. Bright sun, very few clouds in the sky. So it's gonna be a completely different day. Originally, you know, that first day I was thinking, well, you know, docks. But I really kind of stayed away. I didn't fish the docks too hard. I pretty much just was concentrating on, you know, grass beds with a buzz bait. You know, I fished the buzz bait around docks a little bit, but today, most likely what I'm gonna be doing is really concentrating more on docks, slowly with like a jig or a creature bait. So that is the plan. All right, now that business is done, let's go fishing. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? There's a bite. There we go. Right. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. I thought he was bigger than this, but my Lord, he bit like a freight train. Whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I thought this is like a 4-pounder. Still fun. So I came over here to fish these deeper docks. We got on this side here, we got deeper docks here, a steeper bank. A lot of this lake is, well, all of it is low right now, but we got on this bank, we got steeper docks that kind of go into this. It's a point sort of. So that's what I really wanted to fish, these deeper docks, because so many of these docks are shallow. What's nice is we got all through here, we got these deeper grass beds, like coontail beds. So I'm like, well, I'll take this jig and fish some of this stuff. And that didn't take very long. So that's a good sign. God dang it. Fish right there. Out. 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 That was a bite. So we have a coontail and mixture of milfoil weed bed right here, and a nice break. It breaks in about 8 feet of water out to a hole here behind me. And that bite came out on the edge. So I'm going to concentrate more on the edge of this weed bed here and see what happens. There's a good one. What is that? Largemouth. Come on, buddy. right on the outside edge here again of this coontail, bigger one here. It's a nicer one there. So again, we got this outside edge of coontail, and that's where he came from. So this is a 3/8 ounce black and blue jig, and I'm using on the back of it, that is a Berkley Powerbait Max Scent meat chunk 3-inch on there. And what's different, a little bit different about this jig, is that's actually living rubber, the skirt material. And I like living rubber more than just the regular kind of rubber skirt material that's used. This stuff breathes in the water a lot more, and it just has a lot more action to it, which isn't as big a deal in like stained water like this, but in clear water, when you stop a bait like this with that living rubber, it makes the most like subtle action, just like breathes in the water even when it's like stopped. So in clear water especially, I really like that living rubber skirt material. Oh my God, I got a bowfin. I got a bowfin. Wow, cool. This is a really cool fish. Really cool fish. I have never actually even caught one of these before. But they are basically a fossil fish. Super ancient fish. And unfortunately, they don't get a lot of respect, which is really stupid. Because obviously they fight hard. They jump, and you're looking at a very, very old fish as far as the kind of fish this is. Like, you look at fossils and it looks just very similar. Hello, buddy. Very similar to this dude. Okay, come here. Nice and easy. There you go, bud. And they've got teeth a little sharper than a walleye. I'm going to keep my fingers out of there, but see that tail? Let's see here if I can get a better shot of them here. See how that tail is rounded like that? I'm sure I'm not going to hit anything. That's very indicative of a very ancient fish. And there he goes. That was very cool. So I switched up to a 5-inch Berkley General, and I'm just going to rig it wacky style. And I just wanted to use something a little bit more subtle. So I go in about right there, make sure I'm straight. Like so. This has got a weed guard, so I go like, it's easier said than done. Go like that with the weed guard. And I caught that bowfin on this. I typically like something a little bit more contrasty to the watercolor, but I'm all out of my June bug generals, so I'm going to this green pumpkin, which isn't ideal because it nearly matches the water, color. But that's what we're going for. Or that's what we're going with right now. So that bowfin came out of some a little bit deeper kind of patchy coontail, and I'm hoping we'll find a largemouth in here with him. There's one. There's a largemouth. He was ticking it. He was ticking it just like a bluegill or something like that. But I just waited for him to get, you know, solid before I set the hook, because so many times it's just bluegill that are, you know, or sunfish that are hitting this. So once that thing goes solid, you know, it's just a solid, you know, feeling, I set the hook. Not bad. So I've got this on 8-pound test. Some people will even use 6-pound test for a Senko style bait like this. Again, this is a general, and the whole thing with this is how it falls. And you really get this rigged up right again, but you really want to make sure that you let this thing fall, because when it falls, it just kind of waddles down, and that's the action to it. It's super subtle. This bait will catch fish when nothing else will. I mean, it's super effective. It's a real dumb way to fish. There's nothing much to it, but it's so subtle that inactive fish really dig this thing. And you could just, I mean, you could fish it around anything, but it's really effective around docks. Well, so far I haven't been too impressed. Fished some deeper docks, but it hasn't really panned, you know, out all that well. Was hoping to maybe get something like in a 3 or 4 pound range as far as a largemouth, but that hasn't happened. So it just might, I don't know, sometimes you go, you know, you go to a body of water and some areas, you know, for whatever reason, the docks are awesome, and other areas of the lake, the docks suck. So I may have just fished the sucky docks, I'm not sure. So I think what I'm just gonna do is drive around a little bit and just look at stuff, and if something looks appealing, I'm gonna stop and fish. This bank over here has slightly deeper banks, and it looks like we got a good coontail edge there, and we got docks. So I'm gonna try this steeper bank here. I don't want flats, I want steeper banks with good, you know, a good edge. I just saw a fish jump right there. Good edge, you know, of a grass line. And if we can get some docks in there, some deeper docks, so much the better. But yeah, we'll be fishing, again, coontail, milfoil, deeper stuff. I'm gonna throw the kitchen sink at them. Just like what I've been doing all day. So let's try here. There's a good fish. There's a good fish. Nice fish. Maybe the biggest, yeah, nicest of the day. Nicest of the day. In fact, I'm going to land you behind the boat, my friend, if you cooperate. He's fighting very, very hard. Good largemouth, good largemouth. Come here, bud. Come with me. Don't you jump. Okay, no, that's fine. All right, this could be the side with the better docks. And this is a nice largemouth. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Nicer largemouth there. I'm gonna try to catch one more before I have to go. There's one right there. There's one right there. I don't know what this is. Oh, gee. Broke my line. Ugh. Most likely a pike. That's what we're gonna call it anyway. Yacht. There's one. Nearly skied you back into the boat here, buddy. On the swimming jig. Isn't he cute? Gosh, that was kind of a belly flop right there. Sorry about that, buddy. This is the first time I've fished this area of the lake, so it's always fun to explore and try to get to know a body of water, and that's the fun of it. I just like coming out here, and that's so much for me what fishing is just exploring and trying something new and getting to know a body of water, and that's what I'm trying to do on this lake. So there's only one other section of the lake. I mean, I'm saying this looks good back in here. We got like a bunch of lily pads. Maybe the next time I come out, I'll try just frogging a little bit. But other than that, I mean, there are a lot of pad fields here. But there's also on the other side of the lake, there's a deeper, it's kind of an offshore structure spot. I do want to try. And there's also, back in that same area, there's a bigger, undeveloped kind of flat that I think I'll check out too. So probably the next time I come out here, I'll kind of mess around in the lily pads a little bit with a frog, and then do some deeper stuff on, you know, on that offshore stuff I was talking about. And then again, also try either that undeveloped flat, thinking maybe there's a big grass bed, and who knows, you know, sometimes you can just find a load of fish in places like that. So that's what I'm planning on doing the next time I come out here. And if you've enjoyed watching me out here bumble around, catch some fish, please, you know, whether you're watching, however you're watching this video, be sure to like it, follow us if you haven't already, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.